I want y'all to look again, right? This right here called, the takeover part 2. So y'all just look at this right now. Look, that's everybody out here. This the building that they taking over, starting in North Lundale, home, Holy City, Baby Bass old house, rest in peace, This the crib what they taking over. The takeover start right now. They taking over building to building, and your community coming next. I don't know how much funding do they need to start the program.
We don't have to get off into all that. Right now we're gonna stay focused on taking over our neighborhood. All these vacant and abandoned buildings that they want to demolish, we coming in to take over our own community. But at this place, with this building right here, this building has a different type of significance to it. It's not the fact that they just trying to knock the building down, but this is where Coach Bass lived at. And we talking about Coach Bass, the coach that started the football league, that did the 4th of July event, made sure that our children had a nice 4th of July, made sure our children had a football league that could keep them out of trouble. They talk about stopping the violence. Well, Coach Bass lived here, and now this building's about to be demolished. And we say, no, you're not going to demolish this property. We're going to take it over, fix it up in the name of Coach Bass, and put some at-risk youth to work, put some community contractors to work, put this building back on the tax roll. And you're talking 500-600 of these buildings across the city. The city has the money to make sure that this happens. The city always, they talk about stopping the violence, but they put no resources into stopping the violence. Right. They create no jobs. They provide no jobs and opportunities. And so we take. So what we want to do is take over these vacant and abandoned buildings and create our own jobs. These buildings are worth $200,000 and $300,000, $500,000, $500,000. If we take and fix up these properties and put our children to work, and they won't stand on the corner. But to watch a perfectly good brick building, a perfectly good, strong structure be tore down won't happen. We're not going to allow it to happen. And especially this building. This building has legacy connected to it. This building is where Coach Bass lived. Coach Baby Bass, man, did everything. I'm talking up to the day that he couldn't walk no more. He was trying to help save lives. And we demand that the city step in. We're gonna do the first step, take the boards off and take over the properties, but then we want the city to step in and bring those resources. Alderman Scott, Alderman Jason Irvin, Alderman Walter Burnett, all these aldermen across the city. This is just the beginning. We're gonna go all over the city taking over these 20,000 properties that are sitting idle waiting to be torn down. Now, most of the people say they want a demolition of the property to be demolished in their community. They really don't want that, because for every building they knock down, guess what? Taxes go up. Taxes go up on those properties that are still standing. So our thing is to come in, seize our community, take this list that the city has, and I got to say this. You got groups like NHS, CIC, Globetrotters. These groups are the ones who are supposed to help our parents and grandparents. They didn't help them. They watched them let them be demolished. And so we're getting ready to come out to NHS and CIC. You didn't help our parents, it didn't help our grandparents. We don't want you in our community no more. That's right. We don't want NHS, CIC, Globetrotters, all these different receivers who receive federal funds in our community no more. We're getting ready to come after these people. You watched our parents lose their properties. You watching our children die in the streets. City of Chicago, Mayor, Alderman Scott, you watching this go on. Alderman Irvin, y'all watching these things go on. Taking our schools. So it's time that we organize this entire fight around saving our homes, saving our schools, saving our community, and rebuilding our community.
That's right. That's right.
We don't need saviors to come from on the outside of our community. We demand that our resources be given to us, and we're going to redevelop our own community, y'all.
For them right here, for these little kids
children,
right here.
This is our future,
this the
and
future
we're going to take care of our future. We're going to make sure they have something to do.
So we want access to that TIF purchase rehab program that they're not putting
out there.
Tell them again.
TIF purchase rehab program.
That's what people want to hear.
That was put out for people to get abandoned buildings, and they give you TIF money to purchase and help rehab it, but not a lot of aldermen aren't putting it out there so that people will know that this is available. So we coming after those resources just to let them know.
And then on a larger scale, the TIF purchase rehab is part of the 5-year housing plan. And the 5-year housing plan is where the city have come up with this plan to put $1.3 billion into the development of these communities. But they're not calling us to the table, so we're going to go take a seat at the table.
That's right.
We're not going to ask for permission. We're going to take down the boards on every building in our neighborhood and force the city to the table, because most of these buildings, the banks have walked away, the owners have walked away, and it's a prime opportunity for us to go in and we take over the building, put our community contractors to work, and those community contractors put these young people to work who's standing out on the corners, don't have opportunity. It is for us as men and women to put our children to work. We can't tell our children what to do
Inbox
if we don't
Mark
step up
Carter
Can we
or
start
Beatrix
publicizing
Boyce.
the City of Chicago abandoned properties list so that people
Yes.
will know which properties are on that list that they can go in and take and get access to?
If y'all go to my Facebook page, Mark Carter, I'm gonna put the whole entire list on my Facebook page. Show you every address that they trying to knock down. You're gonna see these buildings. Right across the street is 1529. They want to demolish that building across the street. You're talking about that building has a coach house in the back of it. Nice building. They want to knock it down. It's on the list to be demolished.
Do they offer these buildings to different people in the community outside of NHS and CIC, or any groups in your neighborhood getting access to these properties?
They play like they do it, but we gonna make sure that the people get them for real. The people standing in this crowd with us, we want them to own these properties. And in return, we help them take over these properties. We want them to put community contractors to work. Put these young people to work. We're not gonna help you get a building if you're not gonna help the community contractors and help these young people go to work. So this thing is going to be huge, y'all. This is just the beginning, and we talking about all over the city. We getting ready to do this, and we're not asking for no permission from no aldermen, from the banks, from the mayor's office. Either they get involved with what we're talking about after we take over the properties, or we're gonna come and take over, storm their offices too. If the mayor don't want to do something about this violence that he say he cares so much about, then we're going to bring all of the so-called little bad children and we're going to bring them to his damn office. That's what we do. We bring them right down to his office. We take them right up to the alderman's office, and we're going to start this tomorrow. Since Alderman Scott don't want to come out and say nothing, but hey, look, we're going to get all of the children, everybody that want to go, we're going to go up there and take over his office. We're going to force his ass to the table, and he's going to sit down and talk to us and tell us how he's going to work with us.
That's right.
Plain and simple. That's what we're going to do, y'all.
That's right.
Plain and simple. Just for the little kids, it's going to end this joint, so y'all know how to get out with them.